the readings, right, the readings that you have here on Luisa Capetillo are readings, I have other readings of her in the US, but I only have those in Spanish. I wasn't able to find them in English yet. So I photocopied these just because I wanted you to get a sense of her and her voice. She was an anarchist and was very involved in the workers' movement, and also did a lot of writing about women, Puerto Rican women on the island, and then moved to the US, spent a lot of time in Florida, and worked with the cigar industry and the tobacco workers. So she's very involved in those movements, and a very, very leftist woman.
Extremely for 1909.
And she had this whole moment where she wore pants, and pants were not, women could not wear pants at that time, right? She was arrested, and it was just this, so she was very radical, very leftist, didn't believe in the institution of marriage, believed in free love, ideas, these ideas of free love. So she did have children, but she didn't necessarily believe in the idea of marriage or the importance of that institution. It was not, it was completely insignificant to her.
It's funny, they accused her of no longer being an anarchist but a materialist, and she goes, "I am a materialist? Why? Well, I don't know. Well, and anyways, what if I am?" You know, she really is a character.
She is, and I liked that you could, I wanted you to at least hear her voice, even though these writings aren't writings from, that she did when she was in the US. But she's such an important figure when we talk about Puerto Rican women that I didn't want to leave her out. And so I thought that you can just sort of imagine the kinds of things that she continued to write about. And I guess I don't know if the translations do exist. I wasn't able to find for this, to photocopy it for this, but there's a lot, there was recently a biography written, I'm not sure how recent it is, but recently it was translated into English. So you can find biographies of her, and then there's this book that
So is she like a hero in Puerto Rico? Today it's okay to celebrate her, even though she was such a leftist? I mean, is there a school named after her?
Not that I'm aware of, but I don't know. I wouldn't think so. No, right? No.
She celebrated on the left, right?
Well,
She's
yeah,
celebrated
I
on
would
the left.
imagine.
And she's celebrated in the U.S.
Yeah.
Right.
The left, or is she?
Well, she's celebrated in the U.S. really among these circles of workers' rights. But then you still see that she was omitted from this other book that had the 4 male writers, right, pre-1950. Although I think that book may say that it's particularly writers from 1920s to 1950. But still, yeah, I mean, she's still left out of a lot of things. And that's not surprising, right? It's not surprising for a lot of reasons, I think. Mostly, of course, because of her politics, but then also because she's a woman. And so we see that. Pedro said, well, it's too bad that Carmen didn't come back, but that there are people who are working on narratives of Puerto Rican women, right?
Yeah.
Collecting these.
Carmen
and Vicky Nunez, but we don't have that publication yet, but that will be a very important addition to Puerto Rican scholarship once we do have that.